Hello, Steve White, TrekBoy89 for Steve Arts 89. This is kind of a follow-up to a video I did a few years ago because someone, Trek World, did a video about the original Enterprise model, which revealed something which is supposed to be news to people, but I knew this. I thought everyone knew this. And it was part of the reason why I had an issue with how the Smithsonian restored the Enterprise model. Now, everyone knows now that the Enterprise model, as filmed, was only fully painted and lit on one side. And the idea was if they wanted to show the reverse side, they had all the text was done in reverse. So they just flip the signs over with the text, and then they could film it, and they wouldn't have to move the model and only had to light one side. Because when the original model was made, it was delivered to Gene Roddenberry and Desilu Studios, fully painted, to be filmed from both sides. And I knew that. I thought everyone knew that. But apparently people didn't. Because later Gene wanted lights, which I don't know how they didn't think of that beforehand. And it's like, well, we've finished the model. We can't really put lights in it. So what we'll do is we will destroy one side, drill through, and put the lights in on one side, and then they came up with the idea of only filming it from one side and reversing the text on the 1701 on the nacelles and the saucer and everything. So that's what they did, and that was the version that we saw for years. Now, at some point they did a restoration. Well, they did a couple of restorations, but they did a really extreme restoration where they added extra panel lines and things that weren't on the original, which was a bit much. Subtle ones would have been interesting because Gene wanted more detail. The original designer, Matt Jeffries, didn't think this ship would have detail and you wouldn't be able to see it. But he compromised and he got a pencil and stenciled out lines and really simple panel lines. But that's all the ship had as far as surface detail. And putting something like that on would have been fine. But what they did was they put really strong panel lines all over the whole ship. Now, I had seen pictures of the ship that was supposed to be that restoration. They showed both sides. So I thought they had finished both sides, and when the Smithsonian went to restore it to its original beginning condition, that they had basically painted over that side and made it blank again and pulled the wires out to look like it did while filming. And that's one way to do it, or one way to take that, but they hadn't done that. I had seen pictures, I think it was of, someone had put pictures of the other side of the ship that were the model that, who was the guy who made the model for Trials and Tribulations? I'm forgetting his name. Andrew Probert. He did a smaller Enterprise for Trials and Tribulations, and I'd seen pictures of that from that side, and people had said that was the restoration. So I was confused about that. I thought they'd actually completed that side. They apparently never completed it. They always kept it unfinished. And then when they restored it, they made it worse because they had put some of the wires inside, but they pulled them all back out again. And my argument was, it was always, in the beginning, finished and supposed to be filmed from both sides. They altered it for filming and put the lights in, but that altered the original model, the original look. And to restore it to its original look, they should have either pulled those wires out and made it not lit, or they should have put all the lighting inside like it would have been done had they decided to do that in the first place, which is not how it was originally, but it's not how it was filmed either, but it's also not how it was originally delivered. There's really no way to sort of have a happy ending with this in a way, because if you restore it to its original condition, it didn't have lights. If you put the lights in as it was filmed, then one side's ruined. If you finish it and put the lights on both sides, then you're sort of doing, you're altering it. So, but I thought the best thing to do was to finish the other side off like it was originally painted, put the wires inside, and maybe just not light that side. And you'd have one side painted like it originally was, the side that was lit, and have all the wires inside. So people can look at the whole ship and appreciate its beauty and how it was designed to be seen, and not view it as this working model, this practical thing. So I did a video when I heard that they had basically stripped back the other side and made it look like it originally did. And I was annoyed because I'm like, you've already changed that other side and made it painted it up to look like it originally did, why not leave it like that? Why take it back to the middle ground where it had been altered for filming? And people were sort of arguing with me that that's how it was originally, and I'm like, but it wasn't. I'm not sure I ever made that clear. But no, originally it was painted on both sides. It was to be filmed on both sides. And I think the best way to present it to the public is finished on both sides. And you can have pictures up of how it was altered and had wires hanging out. But, that's not originally how it was delivered and not how it should be seen. I think the way they presented it is incomplete and undignified. And I think it takes away from the fantasy of people viewing it and viewing it as the Enterprise, because you see the wires hanging out and see the unfinished side, and it's enough to just show that in photos and document that. You don't have to, keep it like that. But I just want to talk about that for a minute. So I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.